Hello everybody, we have a special guest today. Normally I film these videos solo and it's really nice when I have someone to help out, and here's Miss Cynthia gonna help us out with this video here. And we're feeling a little bit blue, or at least I am. I'm all blue. You've got my blue watch band, and behind me is the new 992 Carrera S Cabriolet in Miami blue. We're not going to touch on everything on this 992 Carrera because we were actually at the launch of this vehicle when it first came out. Make sure you click on that link to see everything about that new 992. I even take it on the track, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. But today we're going to focus on this Cabriolet in Miami blue. Well, first of all, you have that new hood now. It's got those ridges in the bonnet here. Very, very modern looking lighting system. This is the LED matrix system. You have these 4 lights. Basically, it uses pixels. It's very high end. And then you have active grille shutters below there. What do you think about the lights here, Cynthia?
I really like how elegant it looks, the LED, and it adds a lot of details to the car.
It is done very nice. It's very seamless here. Now, this is a Cabriolet, so it's a convertible. We have the top on right now, so I think we need to see what it looks like with the top off. Please.
Do I get to do it?
Yes, please.
Awesome.
All right, so a lot of vehicles, I find, of course, especially if they're convertibles, they look better with the top down. On this Cabriolet, I think it's the opposite. I like the top up look. So let me know what you think. So the top goes up or down in 12 seconds. And if you are driving, you can go up to 50 kilometers per hour and still put that top on, especially handy if it starts raining. There we go. There it is, wide open. Just like the coupe, you have a staggered wheel system. You have 20-inch wheels in the front and 21-inch 305s on the back. All the Carreras are wide body. As you can see in the back, it's got a beautiful rear end. And if you missed it on the first video, if you look at the grille on the back, if you count the number of slots, there are 9. And then you have the actual third brake light in the middle, which is 2. So 9 and 2, 9, 11. Isn't that kind of cool? You have integrated spoiler in the rear as well, and when that comes up, it'll block out the center brake light, but you have an integrated light in there as well. You also get a nice sweeping light bar, and you know what? With the red and this Miami blue, I think it really is growing on me. Let's go for a ride. Okay, we're going to do this as quick as we can because we kind of have a very, very narrow window of no rain right now, and it's calling for rain for the rest of the week, so this is our only chance. We have to go top down for sure, right?
Yeah, but where's my air scarf?
Yeah, it is cool out, and it would be nice if they had, just like Mercedes has that air scarf, that hot air on your neck there. This does not have it, but it does have heated and ventilated seats. It has a heated steering wheel, so I'm enjoying that right now.
Yes.
Just like the regular coupe, I really like the interior of this, especially the gauge pack behind the steering wheel. You have that nice classic analog look with a tachometer, but you have 2 7-inch screens flanking that, and it's super easy. You can just scroll with your right hand on that wheel, and you can change things on the right side, and if I just hit the button beside it, now I'm changing things on the left side, so I can go to my driving assistance. We can have navigation, speed limits, and on the right side, I like how you can put all of the navigation on the one side.
Yeah,
right?
I was quite impressed with this.
Yeah, it's super crisp.
Just naturally your eyes lays right
Yeah.
on there.
And then if you want a bigger screen, of course, in the center you have a 10.9-inch display. It has Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto though, so sorry Android fans, but it does have wireless Apple CarPlay as well, so you don't even have to plug in. This does not have the USB-C jacks yet though, and we were just in the new Porsche Macan, and that has the USB-Cs, and I'm sure this will be coming later on. Below that, I really like this setup. The toggles. You have the toggles for some of your drive settings. We'll talk about that in a bit, but I like the toggles for the temperature control. Super easy to use. It's a lot better than doing it on the screen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
Right? Mind you, if you want to change some of your climate controls, you do have to do that on screen. So, but once you have it set, you kind of just forget about it. You have a volume knob, you have a selector, and this is the auto or the PDK, dual clutch transmission. It's at 8-speed, and you have the little gear selector just like on the coupe. So anyways, if you want to see more on this interior, go to the launch video that we mentioned there. Now room-wise, there's some storage room in the back. We did put the kids back there, but it's pretty tight. And when I say tight, because those are kind of real buckets, so one of our booster seats won't even fit back there because it's too wide. It's got armrests, so it won't fit back there. You will need smaller buckets, or if your kids are old enough, they don't need the boosters at all. So if you don't have kids in the car, like we don't have right now, you can use that for storage, or else you have that front trunk. It's a decent size. You got to take a look at it. Sorry for the excess noise. We're on a very busy road right now. We don't have a lot of time, like we mentioned with the envelope, plus we have to go pick up the kids. So yeah, very, very finite window. So that is the interior there. Let's get to the drive. Powering this, the 3-liter twin turbo, flat 6, puts out 445 horsepower on the Carrera S and 390 pound-feet of torque. That's matched to a new 8-speed dual clutch transmission. Now, if you want to change your own gears with manual transmission, it is coming. It's not available yet. I really think if I was buying a Carrera, I have to go for a manual transmission. This is plenty fast though. With the PDK is actually quicker. If you want the quickest times for 0 to 60, let's say acceleration, the PDK is much faster than the actual manual. But this PDK will go 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds and 4.7 seconds if you get the Sport Chrono package. We don't have that. If we had that, you would see that you would have the stopwatch on the middle there. You'd actually have the drive selector as well, but we don't get that. And with that, you get some other goodies. You get dynamic engine mounts, just more optimization. But this thing is plenty quick. And standard now, you also get Porsche Active Suspension Management, PASM. You have a toggle in the middle console. We just hit that, it lights up, and now it automatically goes into a more, I wouldn't say aggressive, but a stiffer, more for livelier drive. But we're just cruising right now. We'll turn that off. We have, on the left, we have a wet mode. We tried that out on the launch as well. Amazing, amazing. If it's really wet out, like pooling water, you turn that wet mode on, it's gonna ask if you wanna turn it on, and you can basically take the limits of this vehicle a lot higher with wet weather. It's almost cheating. We have sport mode, turn that on, optimizes the mapping, of course, the steering and the transmission.
Wow.
Yeah, you hear that sound, and that's the bonus of being in a convertible, is that you get to hear all that great sound that you normally wouldn't.
That too.
Yeah, you can feel it too. So yeah, the 390 pound-feet of torque, it doesn't come on really low though. You basically have to be above 2,000 RPM, and so there's not a lot of super low end grunt, but you don't really have to drive it too crazy either. So this is a very easy car to drive for sure. The steering input, it's so rewarding. Wherever you turn it, it's going to go there, but just with such precision. Braking, we have the standard brakes here, 6-piston in the front, 4-piston in the rear. If you want to opt for the 2 other options, you have the coated brakes and of course the ceramic brakes as well. That's going to cost you some money, about $10,000 bucks. But if you're really into the performance, you're going to get that. Now, top speed on this thing is crazy, 190 miles per hour. That's right. Like, I don't know who's going to go that fast with the top off though. That's pretty crazy. I don't think that. Yeah, if you're buying this vehicle in the rag top, I don't think you're in for the top speed. But it sure is a lot of fun. It's a no-brainer driving this every day. Right now we have winter tires on, so if we did have some snow, it could handle that. This isn't for the 4-wheel drive though, but I'm sure it would have no problem, especially with all that weight in the back with the rear engine and right over those wheels. And yeah, it's easy to park. Oh, visibility not that great when you have the top on. Right now, visibility is awesome, but that goes with any convertible out there. That's usually the case. You have a 360 camera on this one. It makes it really handy, and on the steering wheel you have an actual customizable button, which is nice. So let's say if you are in a parking lot and you want to just bring up that camera right away, you can just hit that button and on it comes. Also, if it gets too windy for you, you do have a rear wind deflector. There we go. Goes up there.
Wow.
But if you have that on, you can't have anyone in the back seat. So we can leave that on right now. But yeah, like I said, we're not going to go into a lot of the driving dynamics for this because we've already tested the coupe, and this is very similar. It's a little bit heavier, it's a tiny bit slower, but all the good stuff is still the same. The engine, the transmission, the suspension, the brakes, and all the goodness, period.
Oh,
It's just so easy to drive fast. That I will reiterate, and I said that on the track. It's just so satisfying. Great job, Porsche. Well, you know what time it is?
Time to pick up the girls.
I think so. And it's also time for you to drive. Okay, this is kind of a surprise for Cynthia. She didn't know she was driving, but she always wanted to drive a 911.
This is fun.
What do you think?
Really,
It feels really, really precise, doesn't it?
It's very responsive. And I'm really focused right now.
Push that pedal a little bit. Come on.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Push the gas a little bit. Come on. A little more. So would you get the convertible or the hardtop?
You know, for the whole experience, I would go with topless.
Topless. Oh, we're gonna get flagged now. YouTube's gonna flag this video since we said topless. Okay, YouTube, please don't flag it. Anyways, yeah, you know what? I really like the open air experience. It's comfortable in here.
Just feel more.
I like the Targa though. I really like the Targa. But you don't get the full open air experience with the Targa. Yeah, I quite enjoy this car. I really do like it. Especially the color. I was never a fan of the Miami blue, but the more vehicles that I've driven in this color, it's kind of growing on me. And man, it gets a lot of attention. A lot. Doesn't matter where I park. You just get out and everyone notices, like, wow, is that ever a nice car? There could be the identical car but right beside it in like a black or silver, but they won't say the same thing. This car or this color, it just really stands out.
How do you feel sitting on the passenger seat?
Yeah, passenger's good. I like the ride. Like we're not in, we don't have the suspension on stiff right now. It's a very decent ride. Like it's not jarring at all. Yeah, I could drive this all day long.
Every day.
In a long trip. I think we should go on a long trip. Can we get a sitter for a couple of weeks, maybe? Or we can just take this
Get
across the
on
country? We'll take this across the country. Well, the second time driving the 992 Carrera, and this time in everyday uses, I can really say I am very impressed with this version of the 911, and it still is one of my favorite cars. And I think it could really be a family vehicle. Yeah, it's a little bit short on the utility, but it does have back seats. It has that front trunk or frunk, and yeah, it is convertible, and the kids love convertibles.
Oh yeah, they do.
You think we can trade our Highlander in for this?
Sure, let's do it. But you're gonna sit at the back.
You heard it, right? No.
I'm gonna drive.
No.